Are you tired of your foundation looking like this? Are you tired of your foundation looking like this? Are you tired of your foundation looking like this? Nobody wants a dry, cakey mess. So today I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks that I use every single time I apply my foundation so that you can look like you have face-tuned filtered skin in real life. So step one is to prime our face. So I'm actually going to be skipping traditional primer and I'm going in with one of my favorite moisturizers to prime my skin. This is the Phix Skin Silk Moisturizer. This is one of my go-to primers to prep my skin. I just don't like traditional primers because at the end of the day, they're just really low-grade, junky skincare. I'd much rather have skincare that's actually benefiting my skin throughout the day, especially if it's going to be sitting underneath makeup all day long. Another reason why I like to use moisturizers compared to traditional primers is because a lot of times primers interfere with the foundations that you're using. And that's when you get that cakiness and that peeling of the foundation, or it's sliding off your nose, or it doesn't last all day. And personally, I have never seen an improvement in the longevity of my makeup or makeup on my clients by using traditional primers over moisturizers. But as always, if primers work for you and you love it and you see great benefits for you, fantastic.
Okay.
Step two is applying foundation, of course. So I'm going in with my favorite Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect Foundation, and we're actually gonna apply this to the back of our hands. So we're not applying it directly to a sponge, we're not applying it to a brush, and we're not directly applying it to our face. Then we're gonna take a damp beauty sponge. If you prefer a brush, that's great. I prefer a beauty sponge. I like them to be nice and damp, not sopping wet, not Sahara Desert dry, just nice and damp.
Okay.
Now if you're like, Cody, what sponge is this? Because it's obviously very cool and unique. This is the Thirsty Lemon Beauty Sponge from Alley Things Beauty. Once the foundation is on the back of our hands, we're just going to stamp into it lightly with our damp beauty sponge and then start going into applying it to our face. So I like to start in the larger areas of my face, which of course are my cheeks and my forehead. Now why we're applying from our hand to our face using our sponge instead of just going right on in with it is because it'll help us to control the amount of product that we're applying. If you're someone who just like dumps foundation all over your face and then tries to blend it out, there's already so much product all over your face and you're going to do a lot of extra blending and a lot of extra work just to get that foundation to move, because foundation is meant to be blended out, not painted on or smeared all over the place. It needs to be blended. So pretty much it's much easier to add more foundation when you need it than it is to take it away. So I've used very, very little product, as you can see, and already half of my face is already covered. The coverage is great. It's very, very smooth. It's not gonna settle into my fine lines or anything like that. It's just so much easier to work with and looks natural. So I already have a little bit of foundation on my forehead, of course. I'm just applying a little bit more. I'm not applying a ton. And when I'm blending out my foundation on my forehead, I always like to make sure that I'm blending it upwards into my hairline. That way there's no line of demarcation between your foundation and your skin tone. I always try to make sure it looks as natural as possible. Now, something I like to do is once I have my foundation on my face, which as you can see, it already looks very, very smooth, very nice, but natural. It is a pretty, oh my God. It is more so on the medium side of coverage, but for me, again, that looks perfect because it gives you that natural finish while still improving your overall complexion and your skin tone and just making sure everything looks nice and perfect. So what I like to do after that is take a favorite setting spray. This is from Joah Beauty. This is their Crystal Glow setting spray. I give my face a nice little mist of that. Take the same damp beauty sponge and just lightly press that into the skin. This is gonna help make sure that the foundation is nice and smooth, long lasting. It's not gonna budge throughout the day. And then after this, you'll be ready to go on to your next steps, which of course would be concealer. This is how you get face-tuned filtered looking skin in real life. I hope these beginner foundation tips help you. If there are any specific types of videos you'd like to see from me in the future, please make sure you leave them in the comments down below. I have a ton of new content coming your way. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.